with People for Preserving Our Western Heritage. What is that?
This is a group that was put together with some local ranchers in Dona Ana County in response basically to the move by environmentalist organizations to come in and try to create and designate wilderness in this county. And the ranchers saw a need to try and band together and first of all study and understand the issues and the proposals that were being made, and then try and understand the ramifications of that to their ranching industry. And the more we researched and the more we began to understand that, the more concerned we got. And so the group grew, and now we've become pretty active. We've created a website, www.peopleforwesternheritage.com, and we've become an organization that's very focused on trying to educate, trying to get solid, real information out there instead of a lot of the propaganda and material that's been produced.
A whole bunch of this wilderness stuff has been pretty one-sided up to this point.
Yes, very much so.
What do you think the agenda is of these wilderness people?
At first blush, a lot of the things that they're proposing sound good on the surface. I mean, everybody should be very interested in doing the correct things conservation-wise, doing the correct things to be good stewards of the land, doing the right things to take good care of the land and the wildlife and the livestock that are out on those lands. But having sat through the process with the city that Dona Ana County went through over the last several months, it has become clear that their agenda is not really about protecting the lands in the stewardship and conservation sense. It's really about getting access eliminated to these lands. It's about restricting who can go on the lands, and it's about restricting what activities can take place on the lands. And one of the big concerns with the wilderness designation is obviously that. I mean, you know, access is a huge issue for every citizen that has an interest in going out there. But it also is a huge issue in terms of being able to do correct stewardship activities like brush control, like any kind of program that they need to come out with, greasewood eradication. I mean, any of those kinds of things with a wilderness designation, that's not going to be accessible. It's not going to be able to be performed. So there's a lot of concerns with things like that.
There was mention on radio today that some of these groups have socialistic agendas, and you look at these people that are doing this, they're the same people that are picketing down at the courthouse every Wednesday. It's the same people. They don't have a thing to lose. They don't have any land, they don't have any water, they don't have any leases, they don't have any rents, they don't provide feed for wildlife, they don't have anything to lose. These ranchers have a lot to lose, don't they?
Absolutely. My husband and I live next to a rancher in Dona Ana County, and her great-grandfather was one of the original settlers and homesteaders in this area, and it's a wonderful story, and I love when I can get her talking about her family history and how her grandfather moved here, and you know, it's just such a rich history. And I grew up on a farm in Kansas. I'm not originally from New Mexico, but I have a deep family heritage in farming, not ranching, but farming. And so that's something I'm very tied to, and it's something I'm very proud of. And I've met many of the ranchers in the county through my efforts in supporting this group. And most of them have incredible family history, and that's real meaningful, but they also have a tremendous amount of blood equity, sweat equity, as well as financial investment. I mean, a lot of these people fought hard, you know, in the early days, you know, through the perils, and then, you know, made huge financial investments. They make huge investments of their time and of their effort and their work to try and make a go. This is not a friendly environment to ranch in. It is a very hostile environment, and it's a very tough environment. I ride on the ranch that we live next to almost every day, and I have horses I ride. I've ridden ever since I was a child, And one of the things that that has been real eye-opening to me is just the vastness of this area. They lost a cow last year. We weren't finding her at water, weren't seeing her. It took us almost a month of riding to find that dead cow. I mean, people can't appreciate the scope of this country until you're out on it. You really can't. I mean, it is a huge, vast country, and it's not an easy environment to work in. And these folks that have ranched here, they have a fortitude, a heart inside them that I think is so rare today.